The lights inside Madison Square Garden glow like a cathedral built for combat, a place where history has echoed through leather and sweat for generations. And on this night, the air is thick with anticipation. Flags ripple in the crowd, blue and yellow waving proudly from Ukrainian fans who have traveled across oceans, while American voices rise from the opposite side, rallying behind a challenger who has never known fear. As the applause swells, the giant steps forward. Wladimir Klitschko, the reigning, defending, universally recognized heavyweight champion of the world, enters with the cold calm of a man who has ruled an era. They call him Dr. Steelhammer, not for bravado, but for precision, for the clinical way he dismantles opponents with reach, discipline, and devastating power. Across the ring stands Bryant Jennings of Philadelphia, undefeated, self-made, and carrying the hunger of a fighter who has climbed without shortcuts. This is his first world title shot, his first step into the deepest waters of the heavyweight division. The referee gives final instructions, the crowd hums louder, and when the gloves touch, the moment crystallizes. The bell rings, and immediately the contrast is clear. Klitschko is tall, upright, patient, controlling distance with a probing jab that snaps like a measuring tool. Jennings is lighter on his feet, pawing, tapping, testing reactions, trying to disrupt rhythm. Every time Klitschko plants his feet, the arena holds its breath, knowing the straight right hand could end the night in an instant. Early on, Wladimir announces his presence with a sharp jab and a hard right, not reckless, not rushed, but authoritative. Jennings absorbs it, backs away, and keeps moving, showing he belongs here. The crowd reacts to every clean connection, applause rolling like thunder as the champion begins to assert control, reminding everyone why this ring has been his kingdom for so long. As the fight moves into the middle rounds, the chess match deepens. Klitschko's jab becomes heavier, more insistent, snapping Jennings' head back and forcing him to reset again and again. He doesn't waste punches, doesn't chase recklessly. Instead, he stalks, arms long, posture disciplined, using his massive frame to close off space. Jennings, to his credit, refuses to fold. He dips, he slips, he sneaks in body shots when he can, trying to sap the champion's energy, trying to prove that this giant can be touched. The commentators speak of experience, of years spent in championship rounds, of the quiet confidence that comes from surviving storms before. Klitschko lands clean right hands that echo through the garden, and the Ukrainian flags erupt in response. Yet, Jennings keeps coming, shaking his head, sometimes dropping his hands in defiance, as if to say, "You're going to have to do more than that." There are moments when the challenger lands a solid shot, a left hook or a right hand that briefly catches Klitschko's attention, and the crowd buzzes with excitement at the possibility of an upset. But every time, momentum threatens to swing. The champion steadies himself, answers back with authority, and reestablishes control. Clinches form. The referee warns. Points are threatened, and the fight takes on a gritty texture. Klitschko bleeds slightly under the eye, a reminder that even champions are human, but his composure never breaks. He keeps the fight long, keeps it measured, trusting the fundamentals drilled into him over a lifetime. Jennings is learning in real time, gaining confidence, pushing the pace, but still finding it difficult to win rounds against the champion's efficiency and ring IQ. By the later rounds, fatigue begins to creep into both men, and the tension in the arena tightens. This is where champions are tested, where challengers either rise or fade. Jennings shows heart, pressing forward, throwing combinations, landing some of the best punches of his night, and drawing roars from the American crowd. For brief flashes, it feels like the momentum might shift, like the challenger's belief could turn into something dangerous. Klitschko responds not with panic, but with experience. He steps around punches, rolls his shoulders, and fires back with sharp uppercuts and straight rights that snap Jennings' head back and remind him of the cost of every mistake. The referee's strict enforcement against holding forces more exchanges, and the fight opens up just enough to satisfy the fans. Klitschko, perhaps feeling the pressure to make a statement, lets his hands go more freely, landing some of his cleanest shots of the fight. Jennings, tough and determined, refuses to go away. He takes punishment, fires back, and earns respect with his resilience. The Garden rises for every exchange, sensing that while the result may be clear, the courage on display is undeniable. In the final round, both men dig deep. Klitschko jabs, right hands following like punctuation marks, while Jennings swings with everything he has left, trying to leave no doubt about his heart. The bell approaches, seconds ticking down, and when it finally rings, both fighters stand, exhausted, respectful, and aware that they have shared something meaningful inside those ropes. When the scorecards are read, the result is unanimous. Wladimir Klitschko retains his unified heavyweight championship, his reign extended by another disciplined, authoritative performance. The applause fills Madison Square Garden, not just for the winner, but for the challenger who dared to step into the champion's world and survive 12 demanding rounds. Klitschko raises his arms, still the king, still the standard, a symbol of dominance in an era hungry for challengers. Jennings receives his share of respect, having proven his toughness, his courage, and his potential on boxing's grandest stage. This was not a night defined by a knockout, but by mastery versus ambition, by experience against belief. As the crowd slowly settles and the lights dim, the story lingers, a champion reaffirming his legacy, and a challenger walking away wiser, hardened, and forever changed by 12 rounds under the brightest lights in boxing.